Welcome to round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of April 5th. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
And Nicole Eridix.
Hi there.
As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to give in to our obsessing. And today we're obsessing about stuff our kids will never know or understand. We are responding to a BuzzFeed article that painfully titled, at least for me, or subtitled, I think all millennials will agree about just how insanely different life is for today's kids versus how we grew up. And millennials? Old boomer lady here. Let me tell you, millennial. When you're traumatized by the DVD menu blaring when you wake up at the sleepover, I remember when it would have been the TV being all staticky because there was no TV on at night. There was a time of night when there was no TV. Can you even imagine that, youngsters? No, you cannot.
We used to, when MTV first started, it was only on from like 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. or something. I remember it didn't start until 11 or 12 at night.
Yes.
So you could only
Plus
watch
Switch children.
Plus Switch, it played music videos.
Yes, exactly.
But you could only watch it at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. I was living in a apartment by myself and working, freelancing, and watching quite a lot of MTV because it was there and it was music. It was background music, except then I had to turn and watch the videos because they were cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, we digress. So some of the things that was mentioned that millennials were amazed the kids today will never know is like calling a friend on a landline, keeping photos in a shoebox, snow days announced on local TV. We still have that.
Well,
I guess not during pandemic times.
See, but now you get a text.
You go your weather app.
The parent gets a text or something.
That's true.
And it's not like, we used to have this local channel that was just text, it was just like announcements and it was just text. And it would have like a cycle, and you'd have to sit there and wait for it to get to the page that had the snow days and then see if your school was on there.
Yes.
So... But also, the thing is that school snow days, and we talked about this a few weeks ago, snow days themselves are really no more.
Yeah.
Because we have
virtual
remote
school
learning now. So
Yeah. Oh, kids today will never know how easy we had it when there used to be snow days. Yeah. Other things mentioned were going to the video store, and boy, is that a dinosaur activity now.
Yeah.
Going to the mall is going to be a dinosaur activity soon, and that makes me very, very sad. Making plans without a cell phone, just
trusting that person was going to be where they said they were going to be.
Yes, and having to keep a dime in your shoe so you could call your mom on the payphone to come pick you up.
Yeah. Or knowing that trick about how to make a collect call without having to pay for it.
Yeah, or you would just drop the dime in and then you would let it ring twice and then you would hang up and get your dime back, but your parents would know that the 2 rings meant to come pick you up.
Right. I miss that.
Well, the collect call thing was you call,
and they turn it down, right?
Right. They just say, "Oh no, I don't accept that call," but they knew it was you.
Okay.
The things we had to do. And then, there was one time, like in my youth, you'd have to send a carrier pigeon to your mom. And it took, 5 days. Maybe the Pony Express would ride by and say, "Could you go get her?" Yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
Dial-up internet is another thing they mentioned, which, boy, that's my kids could just not even imagine.
Yeah, there's no...
The sound of the modem.
Yes.
Or ba-ding-da-ding, ba-ding-da-ding.
When you downloaded something, it said that it would take 39 years.
10 hours.
Yes. It's up. I've over the past week or two had some internet problems, and even it's like if it takes 5 seconds to get to a website, I'm like, this is so slow.
What is the problem?
It's like I just have to stop and say, you are old enough to remember AOL, and it would be like point your browser somewhere, go make a cup of coffee, come back.
Yeah.
Hey,
maybe the page would have loaded, but
it would be in the process of loading,
yes.
Parts would be popping up.
Yeah.
Oh, but now it's like it's a tragedy if it's not instant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, anything to do with having to watch TV on someone else's schedule.
Yes.
They don't
Right.
drop every episode of a season at once.
Yeah.
You have to sit through the commercials. If you're not home, you're not home, and you missed it.
And you missed it.
And I was talking about there is a tweet or a meme somewhere out there about like kids today will never know the like adrenaline rush of your sibling yelling from the other room, "It's on!" And you have to hurdle furniture to get from the bathroom back to the TV in time.
I was also thinking about the fact that kids today will never understand that there didn't used to be TV channels specifically for kids.
Right.
I mean, you'd have your Saturday morning cartoons, that was kid time, and PBS would have their kids programming at certain times, and, most channels would have kid-related programming, but it was like an hour or two or three out of their schedule, and then it went back to grown-up stuff.
Yep.
There was no Nickelodeon, there was no Disney Channel constantly serving you up things for your particular interests.
Well, I mean, there were 4 channels, period, so...
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Or one of my favorite pastimes as a, young adult, teen, was getting all of my celebrity gossip from People magazine. So I'd be anxiously waiting for People magazine to come out so that I could catch up on all my celebrity gossip.
Yeah. I remember before there was People magazine. I remember when People magazine came out. It was like a new thing. Ooh.
Yeah.
That.
So just even referring to magazines to get all of
that is true.
your fashion inspiration
just
and your
kids going, what's a magazine?
exactly.
And I have to wait a month now?
Yeah.
The next one? What? They're not posting something new every 15 minutes? I don't understand. Talk about entitled or instant gratification.
Yeah.
Oh, but the thrill of that magazine coming in the mail. I used to wait for the TV guide. It was so exciting to get the TV guide. What's on next week?
Right.
What could possibly be awaiting us?
We won't know
what marvels
until that TV guide shows up. Or we read it in the newspaper.
So exciting. And then you get the fall preview issue, and I would mark it up. I would put stars on all the things I wanted to watch. It was so exciting. And now it's kind of like, TV season starts all different times during the year, and there's just there's no thrill to it, children. You will never know. Golly.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter gets excited when the whole season drops, not just one show. It's the entire season. Okay.
Yeah. And you didn't used to be able to get, I remember before videos even, before DVDs and before videos, and it's just, you could watch a movie in the theater, or you could watch it if it happened to come up on TV. And
that's it.
Those were your options. So you would have all these movies you were fond of. And it's like, gee, it'd be really great to see that again if it comes to the, art theater, or if it comes, shows up on a TV channel with tons of commercials.
Right.
I remember when videos first became a thing, I bought videos of all these movies I loved and probably have watched them once. But I have them.
You have them on VHS, right?
I now have no way to play them, but I still own them. I can look at the box.
You know what kids will never know? What is it? The 1 cent music club, record club that you remember that one where
do they not have those anymore? Well, I guess not, because you got Apple Music. What do you need that for?
You'd subscribe.
Columbia House or something like that.
Yep.
Everybody fell for that once, right?
Yep, I think so. And you just ended up owing a ton of money at the end.
I think, one thing our kids will never know is, just all the sort of errands and administrative tasks that you used to have to do in person or maybe by mail. But, depositing a check or, paying a bill, whatever, all those things that, I just renewed our license plates, online.
Yeah.
Oh my God, someone outside is... You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go away. All those things that you can now do online or even on your phone, like banking on your phone, having to balance your paper checkbook because...
Right.
Because you don't have like immediate access to all your transactions anytime you
want. Yeah. Wow.
Right.
That was, and you would get the envelope back at the end of the month with all your checks in it.
Right, your canceled checks, and then you store
you'd
them
put them in a box somewhere.
Yes.
I am very fond of this whole paper-free business.
Or even just depositing a check. Like, how nice is it to not have to go to the bank?
It's so nice.
I know.
It's so nice.
Take a picture on your phone.
Yeah.
Handy dandy.
Also, Catherine, you were saying something about having to walk to your friend's house.
Oh, yeah. Like, you'd, whether it's like a close by neighbor or a little bit further away, but like if you wanted to play with a friend, my parents or usually my babysitter would say like, well, yeah, you can go over there and see if she's around.
Yeah.
And so you'd walk all the way there and maybe they were home and they were available, but maybe they weren't, but you weren't going to find out until you went there.
Right.
That's wild.
You weren't going to call them, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe we didn't have phones. I don't know, but I just distinctly remember.
We certainly didn't have phones in our pockets.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The wall landlines with the super long cords that you'd have to take across the house.
You'd wrap around.
Yeah, to try bring in your bedroom or bring in the closet or some place where you'd have privacy.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, old days.
There's just so much.
Every now and then I just like to freak my children out by sharing some experience from my youth. They don't I don't think they believe me.
I know it's been a while, but I talked here about on a roundabout about how I got my parents' story worth, which is the thing where every week they get a question by email and they have to answer it, and some of it is this kind of stuff. Like, a recent question was like, what did you bring to school for lunch, or what did you eat for lunch at school? And my mom was like, either a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a bologna sandwich on white bread every single day. She's like, and we had no lunch boxes. It was in a brown paper bag, and we had no plastic wrap, so it was wrapped in a wax paper, and that's it.
Bologna sandwiches were delicious.
On Wonder Bread.
I could enjoy myself a good bologna sandwich right now. But do they even make cars anymore with the windows that crank down manually?
Yes, I have one.
You have one?
Okay, no, it's 15 years old. But...
I don't think I've seen one in a while. That was and of course, the days of no seatbelts. We've probably talked about before. Sitting in the, all just jumbled in the back of the station wagon, rolling around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Making peace signs out the window.
We used to hang out in the way back all the time.
Those
Too fun. Well, one thing's for certain. Our kids will never know living life without podcasts.
That's right.
Valuable information that's passed on every week. Delivered right to your phone.
Yes.
How lucky are they?
They don't have to get out the radio and pull up a chair.
And just hope for something they're interested in to come on.
Right.
Right. That one station. So, anyway, that's it for today's Round 4. Tune in tomorrow when we'll share our roundabout roundup of things that we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you will find us at Roundabout Chat.